what
Hello,
not to say
everybody,
101.
and welcome
Oh, I
to
mean,
City States of Klovisa, where John talks over Eric because he wants to be a smartass as we're going live. How are we all doing today?
Good.
Doing good, John. How about you?
Hyped as fuck.
You're hype. That's probably
Yeah.
the most extreme descriptor I've ever heard.
Number one, everyone showed up. Number
True.
two, it's gonna be my turn at the Secret Smith. And number three, we get to find out where fucking Schmitty is.
Yes. Schmitty's gonna get what he fucking deserves. Doom music playing in the background.
DK,
But,
this is what I was
that's
talking
me.
about. Just so you know.
Asking for a friend, do you allow actual dice rolls for new characters? Because I've got
Wait.
fuck. I've got a set of dice handy.
Everyone's favorite dumb Igor's back.
If you want,
Person zero.
so if you want to roll for that person's new character attributes, you have to get their permission first. But otherwise, yeah, totally.
No, I'm just saying, we're all accidentally tanking all of our characters individually. I just want to be ready for it.
You say tanking, I say naturally reaching their conclusion. And I don't mind that, you know? Sometimes pathways through life end in cul-de-sacs. And, you know, people just sort of settle down in these cul-de-sacs and they can't move on. And they raise some families or they die alone.
Just retire.
Yeah, they retire. Now, are some of you in that current position right now? At least 3 of you.
I live on a pipe stem, not a cul-de-sac, asshole.
Now that we know
Van
that,
down by the
I live
river,
in
also the
what
same
I'm
thing.
talking about.
yeah, there's like nature. Maybe it's like next to like some undeveloped land or some like private property that the manager doesn't really care about. So kids can go in there and explore and have adventures and childhoods, like what happened with me before.
But Igor's finally as dumb as I am again. Like, it's perfect.
Yes. Let's hope he can stay that way for quite some time. Guys, who wants to give the recap? As John pulls up his handy-dandy calendar.
Number one, we hung out with Leon. Leon is dope boss as fuck. Guy is legit. And has
My
given us
boy.
the tour of his home, I guess. I don't know. The bog. We picked up some trinkets that might help us against magic.
Made my little
We then
creature.
we then showed up to see the witch at the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Except for there's no witch, and I don't think there's a lion or a wardrobe, but there is a secret smith. This guy knows things, and this guy, well, I'm not sure. I'd have to ask him, but this guy probably fucks. Okay, and he has done quite a number on all of the characters. And to say he did it, the characters did it to themselves. So go back, watch the last episode, see where, how Devin's character is going to murder Schmitty. CK's character is hanging out with Snoop Dogg. Our Britt Bronger has been, who knows? There's some kind of Brexit thing happening. I don't know. They're on an island. They're not on an island. They are there. Who knows? But right now, we just had Honktown whispered into Chad's ear, and we're going to see how he responds to that. Coming up next on the City States of Klovisa, The God War.
This is true, and it is sometime during Summer's Harvest. We're not too sure. However, Ibor, can you give us your little recap? Because you may or may not be tapped into playing again. So, KJC, please take it away.
So, last week, I played EU4.
Yeah.
The week before that, I need to think. So here's a Pop Funko, Negan.
Oh yeah,
Hell
the
yeah.
stuff.
This is still.
I
the wrong
went
music.
and met up with Piddle's Wet Spot, and we explored. I want to say the tower, but that might not be its name. It's like a big structure thing, and it has a library and lots of wizards in it. And then we got up to some hijinks, found out quite a lot of information, Then we went into a do not enter area, kind of went off the rails, got into trouble, ran away back to the plane I come from, nearly got arrested by Ozark, basically fought him because it's like an epic wizard duel. That's how cool wizard duels are. And then I came back and was like, here's your guy, he's got no brain temporarily, maybe fix him.
He's been Igored, sorry about that.
And then got out there. I've returned a hostage wanted by my previous friends, maybe? I don't know. I don't think they like me anymore because I attacked Ozark /
You know, Ebor may be in some hot... He's got some splaining to do, as it were. But we will see what happens with Ebor here in a moment. Guys, why don't we just jump back right where we left off, as Chad is ejected from the Secret Smith, the shop owner, having enough of his bullshit. Nathan, you are in a dark, dark forest. The sky and sun completely obscured by the canopy. You walk in total darkness. There is Leon, this big, bulky, half goat, half man kind of looking dude. Probably half deer, but you can't shake off the goat vibes, like the satyr vibes almost. And there you stand, watching as Chad does a sick couple ninja barrel rolls to stand and Naruto pose as he stands back up.
Yeah, I turned to Chad. Did you find out what you wanted to find out?
No. Yes. We have to go back to Nevilletor's arsenal to find a good blacksmith. It's fucking Clown Town.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. All right.
I forget stuff. Don't do drugs. Anyway, good luck.
Yeah, I have like a question for the Secret Smith, so.
Don't be too attached to anything.
Oh, okay. So I should like go in naked? Like, fuck it, I'm going in. I walk in.
You
brother.
Walk in. Nathan, you tug at the door and soon it opens. There is a ding 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 echoing noise above you. You look at the weird alarm bell system that's kind of like a fire alarm almost, which quickly dies as the door closes. You see an empty counter. You see a doorway, or archway, of stone that leads into what is clearly some hellish nightmare / blacksmith, a forge. And out comes this drunken, layabout person. One hand, he has a hammer, the other, a half-down bottle of whiskey that reminds you of none other than your father. But clearly, no relation.
Oh, you do have what I need.
Yes, I do.
That's
I am the Secret Smith.
I know how to deal with drunks. Just give me some of the alcohol and I will be on my way.
He stares at you drunkenly, takes a step back, and says, "That's not how this is supposed to work. I don't just give gifts. I trade you secrets. So shit!" He grabs his throat. Oh! He starts to cry. "I should have told you that. I'm so sorry."
Oh, that's fine.
And then immediately, John opens your character sheet to see what he is going to steal from you.
The things that are not grayed out are on me.
Okay. He's going to steal your arrows.
Goodbye, arrows.
Immediately, Nathaniel, you feel the quiver on your hip or back begin to twist and pull, and you're suddenly back facing away from the Secret Smith as his hands just gather up all of your 45 arrows. What? 46, my bad. You watch as you turn around and he's just beginning to snap some and just start eating the arrow. I shouldn't have done that! I'm sorry!
It's okay. You gotta eat something while you're drinking.
Sure.
That's fine. I'm ready to have a drink, though.
Alright. Have your friends told you about how this works? I know there's a couple of you outside. Seeing as how many fucking visitors I've been getting back to back to back.
Yeah, you're a busy guy, and I don't want to perturb you too much, but I was a little thirsty, so I thought maybe you had something to drink in here.
No, I have no beverages to sell you. All I have are secrets.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Why are you
I just
here?
wanted... but shouldn't you know that already?
He stares at you blankly.
Isn't that going to cost you something?
No?
Okay. I am here because my friends have made dire choices and consequences with their lives, and
Yep.
I would like to not make the same mistake. So I wanted to experience this firsthand for myself, yeah, just to see what. Now I know that I've met the Secret Smith. You're a great guy. Appreciate you very much.
Oh.
I don't need anything from you. I just want you to have a nice day, a nice life, and that's it.
He nods.
I reach out to shake his hand and say, "Have a nice day."
He does not return the favor.
Classic drunks. I know what to do here. I just walk away.
Okay. Nathaniel walks out. The door opens and closes behind him. It then shuts.
All right.
Nathan, do you feel like a winner? Yeah. I need to know this now. Do you feel like a winner?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's never not been a time, John, where I haven't felt like a winner.
Okay. Leon looks at Chad. Well, no, he doesn't. He continues to stare forward, using his peripheries to see so he doesn't have to stare at anyone. Are you done playing games?
Almost never, but we can carry on.
Alright. Let's go. And Leon begins to trudge off, going around the furthest building, the one that is clearly not open but looks somewhat like an inn or a tavern, leading you deeper and deeper into the woods. And with that, we are going to skip to... I think we'll go with Lei Stung. Lei Stung, you find yourself on the outskirts of Tolst. It is a beautiful summer's day. It is sometime during the month. It's hot, but it's also like temperate up here in Tolst. The city is bustling even outside of it as people are sort of settling the area immediately outside the city's perimeter wall. What do you do?
No.
Your new hound is beside you, walking along, smelling the dirt in the air.
I look at Sentry and I'm like, this is my home. We're gonna go meet my boss, I think. And I escort him around town, walk to the Pillar of Authority.
Yeah, you start heading towards one of the gates. And you kind of just like walk yourself in. Some people are... there's not too much of a true guard on the gates right now. It's like no one's really expecting people to just like walk in through like the, northeast or northwest side. So you just march your way through, and you see the Pillar of Authority. It's clear as day, so you can make your way there. Your new companion, as it were, sniffs more or less everything, as it's just going around. Eventually, you'll make it to the gondola or the stairs. Which one would you prefer?
The gondola.
It feels like it's been so long since you took this thing. Automated travel. An elevator that goes up. The Hound is at first skeptical, but eventually you can corral it in.
Yeah. Look at the view.
Do you remember what this Hound looks like?
Yeah. I remember what the sound looked like.
Why don't you go ahead and describe it for your, everyone.
Let me pull up this here. A dog with yellow gold fur, white spots running down its back, and pointed ears with silvery rainbow eyes.
Yeah. It's a beauty. An ornate animal. It's medium sized, so it is kind of chonky for a dog. But everyone you kind of pass on the way here is like, oh shit, that guy's got a fucking bitchin' ass hound. And you know, it's not on a leash. You don't need to leash it. You never need to leash this thing. It doesn't even have a collar. Oh, someone's messaging me. Wow. Okay. You begin to head up this gondola. And there, behind, like, almost as soon as you, like, get off the dock, you see Igor just sort of standing, blankly looking towards the dark iron lava moat that is the Tyrant's Court. This ominous, insidious-looking building, almost. And Igor, you're right up there, too. Having just been in a daze, and now, oh my god, Igor. He's here. You feel it in your bones.
I know where he is.
Do you begin to go?
First, he begins summoning his faithful companion.
You summon Bam Bam from your shadow.
Bam.
Lei Stung, you see this terrible-looking ram begin to push its way out of the Pillar of Authority, where Igor's shadow is located. Your hound immediately hackles, raises, begins to growl. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna shout out to Igor. Igor! I'm gonna wave to him.
Igor's not even listening.
Hmm?
He's on a mission right now.
No, I'm gonna like jog up to him like, hey, it's a long time, and like pat him on the shoulder, get your attention.
He'll just like look at you and say, I know where he is.
Lei Stung, give me an insight check at advantage as you stare into Igor's soul.
Where's the insight button? Oh, there it is.
A 15 is good enough as you see behind his dimly lit eyes the helmet's benefits, well, the helmet entirely gone, his dull-looking expression, part of the just humanity you have seen Igor have over these past few months, now gone. This is a almost beast you are looking at that is just oozing and radiating malice.
I tighten my grip on Igor's shoulder. Hey, let's wait for our friends.
I
Go speak
know
to
where
Tyler.
he is.
That's fine. We can talk about this later, whenever
No more
together.
talking. I'm done talking. And Igor will
Look,
get
before he
on
does
Bam
anything,
Bam.
I'm pushing you off the
Oh.
Bam Bam. I'm pushing you. I'm pushing you.
What? Do I get something to resist? Or something?
I'm sorry, what was the... I'm being messaged? Brood, you are in stream chat! Stop messaging me in Discord and use the stream chat, Brood! God damn, just 6 notifications pop up. Like, fuck off. Come on, you're literally watching the stream, man. Okay. Lei Stung, you want to push Igor off his mount? That is like...
I'm gonna push him.
Alright, give me athletics checks, guys.
Alright.
Oh my god.
What?
In an even match of strength. Igor, perhaps it's your new lack of... Well, maybe it's just being discombobulated as you two begin to wrestle each other. And Gorgor, Or not Gorgor. Fuck it. Well, Gorgor, man. Wow. Bam Bam. Excuse me. Fucking Bam Bam. No. Brandon is not here, unfortunately.
Surprise reveal.
Bam Bam is going to try to knock Leishtung off of you, Igor, in your defense, because it knows what you're about to do. And I need everyone. Well, not everyone. We're just gonna roll some initiative. How about that? I'm just gonna pull on some tokens. Igor, here you go. Here you go, Igor. Oh, this is the wrong.
Oh my god.
Leishtung.
I'm rolling terribly so far.
There we go. We may notice some things, guys. Everyone, please roll for initiative. Oh no, Bam Bam. Where's my battle music? As we enable PvP, and hopefully you two don't kill each other. I'm trusting you both. Alright. Bam Bam is going to ram you in defense of its master, CK. It is right beside you in combat already. Leishtung, what do you do as you shove Igor prone and off his mount?
Right. John, how much of my shit do I have? Everything that's lost that's here?
Anything on your character sheet is what you have, yes.
Okay, just making sure. I'm gonna rage.
Okay. You rage.
Mm-hmm.
You are raging.
And I'm going to hit Bam Bam with the Bloody Thorn.
You bust out a spear, which will, I believe, hit with a 14. Oof.
Alright, I don't have any weapons.
You don't have... What do you mean you don't have any weapons? You
I gave them to the Secret Keeper.
Oh no! A 14 will indeed hit 11 AC. It does have resistance, but that is overcome by your magic, which deals 11 points of damage, almost fucking killing him outright. It seems this material beast, or immaterial beast, does not have the best physical forms. And Leishtung, you attacked once. Are you going to attack twice?
Oh, you're right. I can attack twice.
He can attack twice now.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm not.
Are you gonna click extra
I'm gonna
attack?
hit Bam Bam with the longsword. I'm hitting with with my longsword.
Alright, you pull out the spear, dealing 11 more points of damage, bringing it to 2. No! 11 plus 2 is just enough to bring Bam Bam to 0. Leishtung, you pull out a spear, immediately let go of it, or maybe you were just holding it because it's a fucking spear, and it's kind of hard to just have on, well, anywhere else. And then you bust out your longsword and just slap him in the face. Bam Bam was midway to charging you and is immediately just fucking dematerializing. The sentry awaits for an order. But it seems like you have things handled. The Screech Beast, your friend, Bam Bam, is gone, Igor, as it becomes your turn.
There's only one thing to do. Igor turns around and runs to where he knows Schmidt is.
Okay.
He's on a mission. He's gonna get it done.
This does trigger an attack of opportunity from Leishtung. But you can do so.
Can I grapple as an attack?
Yeah, that is an action.
Alright.
Or an attack,
What
I
about the roll
should
for
say.
grapple?
It's just another contest.
Oh, okay. Athletics.
You know. Oh my god.
But
Leishtung. Igor, you get up, and as you are getting up, Leishtung jumps back upon you and begins to choke you in his left arm, has his sword in his right arm, and a dog is barking behind you, Igor. This reminds you very much of your younger years when, well, your neighborhood friends / enemies would stick their animals on you for sport. Okay. Igor, your movement goes to 0. I'm gonna say you still have your action, though, if you want one.
Can I try biting?
You want to bite him?
Yeah, I'm gonna bite his arm.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll, I guess.
What would the attack roll be?
Unarmed attack roll or unproficient. I don't know.
Give me a strength
Plus
check and
strength.
we'll just add it manually.
Okay.
If you're not
So,
proficient with your teeth, I don't know what kind of human you are. Lichtstein, what's your AC?
It's 17.
Okay. Well, it's unfortunate, Igor, as you bite into his flesh that just seems weathered, as if he's just been pelted by hail for days and scarred. Igor, things just aren't going well for you, as it
No,
becomes
not at all.
Lichtstein, the dog boy's turn once more.
Alright. Igor, I am not your enemy.
You say
Why are you
raging?
stopping me?
Neither is he.
He is. He always
No.
has been. You've wanted this too.
No, it was not important.
It is
Important
the
right
most
now?
important.
It's actually you. Alright? I'm
What?
gonna hold you and take you inside. You understand?
I don't consent.
That is too bad. And I'm gonna start dragging Igor inside.
I cancel him on Twitter. No.
Roll to cancel Lichtstein off Twitter, also known
It's already done.
Oh, okay.
I've been inactive for how long?
Man.
Lichtstein is just sort of gonna choke you out, Igor, and drag you closer and closer to the lava moat. And you feel, Igor, as if there's a ping in your mind that just inside the Tyrant's Court, a few levels down, Schmitty resides. Is he helping you? Just not... Well, maybe he's not helping you. But, he is getting you closer to your goal.
How hard would it be to start a torch right now?
To start a torch?
Yeah.
Well, you'd need to reach into your backpack, then bring out a torch with your flint and steel in hand, and then light it on the... I'm gonna say pretty difficult, yeah. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. It's gonna try to burn the tiefling.
I don't have any other choice right now, John.
Oh no. Well then. Igor, you kind of just got overpowered here. I can't
Yeah.
argue with the dice here. Fuck, man.
I have no weapons. I just had a weapon. God
True.
damn it.
If only you had a weapon, you think to yourself, biding your time as you head inside. Your friend dismissed a dog behind Lichtstein a little bit.
Sentry, fetch the stick, boy. The bloody thorns on the floor. I did not pick that up. I remembered just now.
He picks up the bloody thorn with his jowled jaws. Temer, why are you messaging me now? Jeez, fuck you. You head inside the keep, crossing the melting dark iron bridge, where you can see the tyrant in court, looking at Lichtstein with Igor's head underneath his arm. Just like the noogie formation, you know? In Ozark Simulacrum will quickly appear as the tyrant, like, waves, like, what is happening here? You're distracting some of the queue, the people asking for your liege lord's assistance, but do you care, Lichtstein?
No, I'll walk up to the tyrant with Igor in hands and say,
Can I make one last attempt to escape or no?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, I want to make one last attempt.
alright,
That
we have to
means-
roll
Oh
against
my
each other
God.
again?
Yeah, one more time. This time, somewhat distracted as Ozark is like, hold on a minute, guy. No roughhousing. And Igor just, like, grabs your wrist, seems to break the grass, twist out, and then begins to book it. Deeper into the tyrant's court. Leishtang, are you just chasing after him?
Alright. Is it canonical to have Bloody Thorn back on me since I got a dog to get it?
Yeah, you just tell the dog to give you the fucking spear back, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the spear and throw it at him. Non-lethal, for non-lethal damage.
You're just trying to get the effect, right?
Yeah, just the effect.
Alright, make an attack roll. That won't do it. It bounces off Igor's magical plate mail, just getting slapped out of the air. Everyone is like, oh my god, egads! As you two, well, you throw a spear at him, and then Igor's just fucking running towards an entrance, and you're gonna chase after him, assumingly.
Yeah. I start shouting as I'm running, he's been compromised, no helmet!
Out of my way!
The tyrant is just kind of
40
stunned.
movement speed, by the way, Igor.
Oh, fuck. That's why I need a Bam Bam.
Igor and Leishtang will spar through the hallway. Igor, every time you run away, Leishtang is just gonna catch up to you every couple of seconds. You'll knock off his arm. You'll get to where you're supposed to be. A staircase. You hop the stairs, land, and there you see it. The doors to the garage. Ozark's chasing you. An alarm has been called, but Igor, you care not. You're here to do one last deed, aren't you?
I am.
Leishtang is maybe 10 feet behind you as you reach the door. You will open it, and there, clear as day, Igor, is Schmitty. 30 feet away from you, shooting the shit next to what appears to be like some kind of dune buggy. And he's talking to some guy that you've never seen or you don't care about. I'm going to let this be one last check to see if Igor can escape Leishtang, who is just going to probably keep trying to grapple you. And if you beat him one more time, then you will be upon Schmitty and can wring his neck like you wish to.
Alright.
Oh no,
God.
CK.
Oh no.
No!
Oh my god!
There's no way!
What is my rules today? This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible.
Oh, they're both really bad. So I'm gonna say you're gonna get, like, within 10 feet of Schmitty, whose eyes go wide in surprise. As Igor, you seem to have found
just
him.
Like a few feet away from him, outreach.
Yes, before Leishtang just, like, holds on to your shoulders and neck, and you both go prone on the ground.
Dolphin dive at you.
You dolphin dive, you knock his legs, you grab his waist. Igor, you're trying to get up. You've almost got Schmitty's angle before he finally gets to react. He's like, oh my god, they're gonna put me on the shit! No! The dog is just barking this entire time, but not wanting to get in between you two. You both wrestle until eventually, Schmitty runs away.
No.
He just runs. He jumps to the side. You try to catch his ankle, but he just has enough range to escape you, Igor. Many people have come to spectate what is going on as you two enter the weirdest version of MMA anyone has ever seen. Magical armor donned. Someone armed to the teeth. Another one who has the power of God and anime on his side. You two are a sight to behold within this garage. This vehicle bay. And
Also, there's a dog no one's ever seen before.
yeah, it's just a fucking weird looking dog just there being present and like barking at anyone who's like trying to intervene. Until eventually, I suppose Ozark will show up and begin to cast some spells to contain the scene. But we're gonna put a hold on that and do a little time skip. Igor, I gave you so many chances to kill Schmitty. This is
my
fair.
rolls.
Your rolls are trash. But dice want Schmitty to live. How can you argue with the dice?
I will kill him one day. I will.
One day. And we're gonna jump to Ebor Lador. Ebor, what have you been doing this entire time? You are in the tower's archive, hanging out, probably, or are you somewhere else? You are now one of them. You're a bronze coin holder of this golden tower.
I believe it was talked about that we'd probably spend some time reading together, and I was going to try and learn a bit more about the place, because I was hoping my friends would come back to pick me up soon. So
Yeah.
Sort of taking it easy and.
Well, it's been almost like a week now, and no news has come of your friends. Actually, how long has it been? When did you guys go in? You know, time just flows weirdly here. Yeah. Well, you can describe to me what you want to do, Ebor, other than just read and learn about the place. Is there, like, something you specifically want knowledge of?
Still trying to find out more about conjuration, but my last attempt didn't go great, so...
It's true, but now you've had 2 weeks. Why don't you just make me a... What's your best skill check? It's probably like Arcana or History, right?
Arcana. Or History, they're both...
Yeah, why don't you give me one of those? I think History would be more... It's the same thing. Who cares? A 21. Yes, Ebor, you will learn quite a bit about conjuration. Conjuration, as we all know, is summoning of things. Be they you, yourself, through like a teleportation, situation. Or an entity from hell, such as that weird demon spider guy who says he will assassinate someone for you for limited freedom. You find and learn quite a bit. You also learn and read that big old book that Ashley gave you, don't you? The book written by Alexander Chike, How to Make Friends with Lesser and Greater Abstractions. This guy, Ebor, is a fucking lunatic. He says, and posits in his entire thesis papers, his novel-sized thesis, that all you need to do to get these things, these magical beings that have no bodies, that just, want to do something, it's just be a nice dude. Be a kind guy to them. Befriend them. And you show that you care. And you're like, how fucking stupid is that? That's so dumb. Why would you ever do that? You have magic. Friendship can't be the answer, could it?
I think Ebor might actually think that friendship is a way to do it, because he's now got some really loyal friends. And all it took was him to be nice and meet new people. So that does sound like an answer that's believable, whether it's a literal sense or maybe there's a little bit of magic involved as well. But
perhaps.
Maybe being a nice guy is the way to befriend other creatures. And not something that he's ever thought of doing, I don't think.
True. How would you go about using that knowledge as the days continue to pass, or the hours, the minutes? Who really cares?
Definitely still trying to make a connection with Piddle at Spot, because we seem to have a good connection going. And trying to find out as much as I can about this place, because it's like a magical heaven. It's sort of where you would like to go.
Yeah.
And he's unsure.
It
about
is a
everything at the
great
moment.
place. It's kind of like the Hotel California, though, Ebor, where a lot of the time you feel like there's just some odd things about it. Because you keep seeing these, like, Slayer dudes, right? That's what they're called, the Fairy Slayers. And even though they're called this, they've never once killed anything related to the fairy or a fairy. They're just like armed people in what looks to be just layers and layers of magics. And they walk the halls sometimes, or they go to the teleportation areas and just flicker out of existence. Many of them hold really magical weapons that seem bound to them. They're always masked except for a couple, like one or two of them. And they just serve Ashley, the stewardess, doing whatever she wills them to at the time. So that's kind of odd. And every now and again, you will go out with some of the other bronze coin holders, or the copper ones, the lowest of the low, and go out into the world and go and capture a magical beast that's been discovered. You'll shoot some magic at it. It'll be a fun team building exercise for the most part. But you'll more or less just like appear right next to a magical creature doing its own thing. Just like, you know, hunting or eating or just sleeping out in the sun. And then you'll just like incapacitate it and drag it back into the tower. And like once you teleport in, it's not there anymore because it gets like filtered out to where Ashley wants it, which is also kind of weird. And then there's the scrying room, where some, like, diviners and other kinds of wizards are, who are just, like, always watching parts of the world. And that's a little weird. Then there's Ashley herself, who's clearly, like, some cult-like leader, who sort of shows herself off as, like, the more or less the goddess of magic itself. Eber, why don't you make me a religion check? Just real quick. Yeah, you're in a cult, bro. You're in a very weird and militant cult.
I did think that, but I also didn't want to think that, so, you know.
Thank you for the dab, Milton. So, Ebor, what's the play now that you've realized this? Piddles, your newfound gnome wizard friend, seems completely ambivalent to the whole being in a cult thing. He's either drinking the Kool-Aid or doesn't care if he drinks it.
So, there's two thoughts. There's, can I go and learn a new spell? I was thinking maybe trying to find a way to communicate with my friends, because I don't know where they are. Maybe I can try and learn to talk to them. Or I try and get the stuff so that I can summon the debonair spider another time, because that might be handy. So I think I needed like salt and stuff. I wasn't sure if that was things I could get while here.
You'll need some spell components, and here, in the place filled with magic, you, of course, all you gotta do is go down to the little, it's not an armory, it's not a store, but it's like a locker. Think of like an evidence locker in like a police precinct almost, where there's a slayer on duty that gets rotated out even though they don't sleep, and they just give out spell components and record what you need to, you know, experiment or do rituals with. But the problem is, of course, it's all being recorded.
Just having a quick look at my spell list. Um. See, my thought is if I do it over a couple of days and get a little bit and other stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then they can't tell what I'm doing. So
Yeah, totally.
if
You know, how much you need sand and salt? Like, oh, for a bunch of different spells, right? You can start to, like, piecemeal bring all the components you need together, make, like, a token showing that you're doing something else entirely, like trying to create your own magic, like Piddle's Wet Spot is. But yeah. You will go and do this, trying to become more and more of a conjurer. When, after a few days, Ashley will call out to you over the speaker system, some kind of relay communication. Maybe she's talking to you in your mind. Who truly knows? She says, Ebor, I need to speak with you. It's about your friends. They've materialized.
okay. I don't know if she can hear me.
Come to the hall. You know where I am.
On my way.
Do you
Have
actually
I managed to get the stuff I needed, or
roll me a 1d20 and roll high?
14.
John's gotta go. See, I think if you made it like, if you just started grabbing shit, that would definitely do it. Is this a moderate challenge to slowly collect all of your resources over the course of a couple days, so you don't give the suspicion out that you may be doing something nefarious? Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a moderate challenge. It would be DC 15. See, I really need to start saying DCs more. Why don't we add your sneak skill to it? Give me a dexterity, or tell me your dexterity modifier. Do you have a +1 at least?
+2.
Then you will have gathered it all. Easy. No big deal.
And then I'll head to the hall.
Yeah, you head to the hole with all of your spell components stashed away on your person. You show up where Ashley is, along with some of her slayers. Like 6 of them, who are looking at what is clearly some kind of like battle map or / illusion. And give me a quick just intelligence check to see if you immediately recognize it. Oh yeah. Dude, you're looking at like the blueprint of the Tyrant's Court. As you step up, Ashley's not going to try to like... I guess she doesn't care if you know or not, but she's not going to outright say it either. And she looks at you so happy. Ebor, we found your friends. They are seemingly kept in a magical semi-demi-plane. Located in your continent's northern hemisphere, it looks like. And she like points out at this little structure.
I thought they were in here.
No, it seems they managed to get lost in our own little semi-plane. They must have phased through reality, as it were. It happens sometimes.
But you said there's only 2 of them.
There's
2 missing then.
No, it seems like they're all beginning to gather and appear. Look. And she holds up a crystal ball. We're going to jump to Chad and Nathaniel and Leon appearing right outside of Tulst in a forest, as though you were just walking through the woods the entire time rather than a dark and spooky hellscape. You two have arrived. Welcome back to Tulst.
How did we get here?
We walked, Leon tells you.
The path of the forest, I assume? at any rate, yeah, we should go. We should go in. I don't know how getting you into the city is going to be easy, but I'll talk to the guards. How hard could it be?
I was just gonna walk in.
That's my plan too.
You guys can
Let's
walk
go.
into Tolls, yeah. Leon looks weird, but he's not like so weird, right? Everyone's sort of a demi-human. Sometimes you have these weird anthropomorphic half-people. Orcs and centaurs exist. Why not weird satyr dudes? And
Have
man,
we
he's
rolled
big.
for Leon's hotness?
No, we haven't.
24, right?
There's literally no need. He's already hot.
You know, his hotness comes from power. We're gonna roll 5d6 and drop the lowest. 5, 6, 3, 1, 3. So 6, 12, 17 hotness? But most of it is just like his sheer raw strength. You're like, okay, that does it for me. Like, that is a
The fact that
powerful
you have
person.
to have a wisdom saving throw if you look him in the eyes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
His beautiful baby blue eyes. Who doesn't fall for them? Leon walks into town. Shirtless entirely. He's mostly like a nudist. One guy is just like, hey, can you wear a blanket? And then he's just ignored entirely. He's like, alright, well, his junk's not hanging out anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, you guys are in Tulsa now.
Ah, we have arrived. We should probably go, unless there's something else to do. We should go to the court.
Let us go
Sounds
meet
good.
with your
I,
god king.
I use my radio to Leishtang, or like reach out to Leishtang, or maybe Ebor's back.
Lei Shtung, I don't think you have your communicator anymore, is that true?
I don't think so either.
Okay, well,
I
Lei
think I
Shtung
dropped
doesn't
it.
hear it. Igor, do you have your communicator, or did you give that away
No,
for
he gave
secrets?
that away.
I gave everything to the Secret Keeper. I have nothing.
Alright, and on a meta level, we know Ebor is in a different dimension right now. So you get no response, Nathan.
All right. Well,
Well, that was my first idea too.
well, while we're waiting for a response from them, we should head that way.
Yeah. Strangely enough, you guys came from the northern woods, and I guess it's not too strange. It just feels like you shouldn't have come from... It's just a weird thing, traveling through the forest, the sea of trees. You pass the graveyard, making your way across and across. What happens on this stage? Nothing too much. But you do see that there are some people, like a funeral procession, or a couple of them are occurring simultaneously, it appears. In some new and recently made plots of land. There's over like 300 people in a place that's supposed to be only for hunters.
Did someone die? Wait, what? Funeral procession.
Yeah, a couple of them.
It's like a bunch of people died.
Did the war start while we were away? That's not good.
Wait, are these all hunters that are dead? What happened?
Yeah, that's a good question. We should make double time towards the court. Unless I see somebody I recognize in like the procession.
Probably not. It's a little bit far away. You'd have to go and like scan some faces.
Make double time, you say?
You're on the fastest route already, so you quickly make it to the Tyrant's Pillar of Authority. And as you guys climb the gondola and begin to, do your thing, Leon says he'll take the stairs, and he'll meet you up there. And he doesn't trust these stupid contraptions anymore.
It's a lot of stairs, dude.
That's fair.
I'm fast. And you start to go up. And sure enough, once you arrive 5 minutes later, Just going slowly up, looking at the beautiful scenery, and yeah, that's a lot of people at the graveyard. Leon will meet you there. Probably around the same time, if not a little bit slower.
Yeah, be our guest in the court of the tyrant. I don't know how much you know about the tyrant, or if you have questions.
No, not really.
All right, we would.
He's your, like, president, right?
Yeah, he's in charge around here.
Your company guy.
Yeah, so I don't know if we will have to go stand in line, or if we will talk to Ozark, or even if he's holding court right now, but we should head on in.
Yeah. You go up to the gates, you pass over the moat of lava, the melting iron drawbridge. You enter the idyllic courtyard itself with all the flowers and homunculuses going about their gardening. You clamber up the stairs, and on the gate post itself, there's a sign that says, "Closed due to sedition." Which is somewhat concerning.
Chad
I don't
would be like,
think this is
Nathaniel,
closed for us.
What's the sign say?
It says closed for reasons. Yeah, that's not good.
Wait,
I would
what kind of
imagine,
reasons? Like,
you know,
someone died reasons?
No, somebody has turned on us. But
Wait,
that would make
again?
them dead to us. So I don't know who that is, but is there like an entrance for us, John, that we go in? That like
Yeah, you just
like,
open the
this is
gate.
like
Like,
just
fuck it.
open the
Okay.
gate. Like,
yeah, it's
nah.
unlocked.
Yeah.
No one is in the courtroom, it appears. There is an Ozark simulacrum who is about to give a spiel of like, "Sorry, we're closed for the day." "Oh, hey, more of the raid team showed up. Isn't that interesting? Where have you two been? And who's your big, chunky hunk friend?" "Oh, man."
This is Leon. He's here to assist us in our next raid.
Leon waves.
Do I recognize the Ozark Simulacrum?
Roll me a charisma check.
I would also be interested in figuring out which Ozark this is, because I need my boots back.
Eric, you don't interact with the Ozark simulacrums enough.
Yeah, anyways, you may or may not know the raid team was sent off through a briefcase, and all
yeah.
but one of us has returned.
That's not true.
Seem. Wait, Ebor came back?
Briefly. We should have a conversation, Mr. Nathan. Oh, you and your big friend can come. Oh, he's got such beautiful eyes. Please follow us. And, you know, this Ozark simulacrum seems a little smitten with fucking Leon over here. It's like, oh, what a beautiful muscles and defined form you have. And Leon just, like, ignores him entirely.
Yeah, we follow. Kick
Yeah.
out whoever's in the snack room.
The snack room is not where you are going. You are going to the interrogation room, where you will find Igor and Leishtung. Igor currently, like, tied from, like, shoulders all the way to ankles in heavy chains. With Tyrant speaking calmly, letting a dog sniff his hands and fingers. He's with another Ozark simulacrum who is periodically casting, like, detect thoughts on Igor and just shaking his head. He's so fucking stupid. I can't break in anymore. It's incomprehensible, Tyrant. Igor, your mouth is not bound. You can yell and curse and be angry.
Igor, Leo, why have you chained me up? Why?
As you keep trying to escape and strangle the man.
Yes, it's what we've always wanted. He's always been the enemy. Why don't you understand?
The Tyrant stands as he looks to you guys. And Leon, his eyes kind of like, oh shit, a dog.
When I see Leon, I'll say, Leon, save me! Leon, you've always been there for me. Please help.
I like cock my head to the side. I don't I don't know. That's the person who's always been there for you. But Ozark, you may not want to try to read those thoughts. You might take some psychic damage from that.
Yeah, and Shawa didn't fare so well last time he tried getting in his head. But good luck, Ozark. Chad takes a step back.
You take a step back, but also into the room. So you're not in the hallway behind a closed
I'm
door.
in the room, but now I'm farther away from...
Tyrant,
blast
I've brought
radius.
Leon. He is aligned on our plans for Ashley and the tower and whatever that may look like in terms of rating that. But I thought we should have a discussion.
Wait, what? Alright, hang on. The tyrant stands up. Looks at Leon dead in his eyes. Looks at you all. And asks, like, what is going on? Igor is refusing to properly explain and is just going on about Schmitty. Lei Stung looks like he's just been on, like, a pilgrimage for a year or two. There's a new dog, and then you two show up an hour later. What happened? It's been 15 days since we've seen you.
Oh. It feels like it's only been a day for Chad. I look at Chad. A day?
Chad checks his pack to see there's only about 2 days worth of rations left. Having brought 3, he's like, yeah.
Guys, it's the
Time works
16th. You
differently.
left on the 4th. Or the 6th.
Well, did Lei Stung give you the roll down about how we got separated from Ebor? And then we went to... Have you heard of the Secret Smith?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Well...
This just kind of happened, so we can
That's
film
probably where Igor found out how to find Schmitty. His one
Yes,
true
I thought it was all
wanted
of our
secret.
plans, guys. I don't understand what's going on. I thought we all wanted him dead.
I
I'm really
don't
confused
even
now.
know who Schmitty is. So, anyone else?
Like Chung, you're the poop harness. It was your idea.
It was a prank. I don't want to kill a man.
What is wrong with you? You're not the same same man I knew.
I think at
You're exactly the
this
same
moment,
as I first met you, which is
I
a
think
shame.
at this moment, Chad would immediately interrupt everything going on and go, "There's a puppy!" and go over to try and meet Lei Stung's dog.
It avoids you.
Oh, you can't just run up to him. You hold your hand out and let him smell you.
Oh, is he like the elemental? Do I need to give a big tribute? And I start
No,
checking.
no.
Good, because I'm running out of sentimental things.
You just need just don't rush at him. Be gentle.
Well, in our travels, we met up with Leon, who rescued us from a house we were trapped in by Ashley. I don't know if that's correct.
Leon
but,
gives the slowest wave possible. I am Leon.
So,
Should I?
we're here now, and yeah, I haven't heard from Ebor, but it looks like these two, who no longer have their communicators, were unable to be reached as soon as we got into the town of Tulst, and then we came right here.
Guys, we texted you.
What?
Listen, guys,
Hmm.
I'm feeling better now. Can you just let me go? I just want to talk to Smitty, I swear. I won't do anything bad.
Chad
I
says,
just want to talk to him.
Hang on, I've got a good test for this. Hey, buddy.
Yeah,
You want to go talk to Xenoth?
I
How do you feel about Xenoth?
I'm confused.
Chad
I
says,
don't
do
know.
not untie this shit for anything. Not 1 second. And I look around for someone
All
who's
right.
been around the longest.
No, the tiger claps his hands. We're gonna separate, and I'm gonna speak to each of you individually to figure out what's going on. Because having you all together is just more chaos than what it is worth. So that's what we're gonna do. Leon, can you go with Ozark and just eat? I don't know what you want to do, but I need to talk with my team members. And Leon looks at you all. And then
Go hang out with Ozark.
Drugs.
I think he doesn't eat like you do, so I don't know what you all are going to do, but chat about everything and the plans, and
I will go and raid your kitchen. And he goes to do that. And Ozark will probably help him do that. In the meantime, I guess he's just going to physically move you all to different rooms so that he can speak with you all individually. The Tyrant and his bodyguard will pull Nathan outside real quick and be like, all right, Nathan, you are my most level-headed raid team member who is in a drunk or... Well... What the fuck happened?
The Secret happened. People have their deep, dark secrets that they want to know answers to, and they seem to be rather expensive. I pull out the writings that I have for the notes of the time. The thing you'll note in here, as I pass him my documents,
He just
not
grabs a
everyone
big
is as
fucking
loyal as
folder.
they seem to be. So that would be one of the other problems that is currently happening. So you may want to step lightly around Chad.
Okay, cool.
So not
So
only
we
has
have-
the Secret happened, but other people's secrets that they're holding of their own have happened and happen to share them. So
Okay. So, 12 days ago, when you were in the briefcase, what occurred?
we floated away from each other. So Ebor floated one direction, and we floated another direction. We couldn't stay together. He landed wherever he landed. We landed in Leon's house, a cell of some kind, a prison, a house prison that we couldn't get out of. If you attacked the walls, they would attack you back. Some guy showed up and said that he would get us out, but he would wipe our memories. I was like, so long as I can go be with Ebor. But then Leon showed up and rescued us from that situation. We then got the tour of the place, and it's we have these trinkets. I show him one of the trinkets, anti-magic trinkets of some kind. It's been quite a ride. It felt like one day to me, but if it's been 12, time must pass differently there.
If you offer him the trinket, he will pick it up and look at it. And just be like, ugh. Who else has these things?
Two were taken for each person. If you take more, they can have dire consequences if you stack them all together, but they are anti-magic.
I see.
If he wants both of mine, I present them to him.
Yeah, he's gonna confiscate them all. Now,
this is absolutely
study them to see
that
their real properties.
Yeah, this is something we can use to our benefit, or turn them into greater artifacts to wage war against Ashley or any mages, really.
Potentially. So you lost complete knowledge of Ebor Lador?
No knowledge was lost. We got rescued before we got our brains wiped, but I don't know where Ebor landed. No one has said such. But the guy who showed up at the house prison said that he would take us to Ebor if he was able to wipe our memories. And then Leon showed up and punted him like a football across a hand egg. Sorry, that's what they call it. They call it football. But we call it a hand egg. But and then saved us from that situation. We walked and walked and walked, and
All right. Get some rest. I will talk with you again. But I need to split up these people. Everyone's losing their minds.
I need to check in on the warehouse to see if anyone else keeps breaking into that place. But thank you for your time.
The Tyrant steps back into the room. Chad, Igor, and Leishtung, you've had a chance to speak privately with each other. So I'm going to let you guys do that if you want.
Igor's still chained up, right?
Mm-hmm. Ozark's above him.
Chad, please. You know we both wanted this.
Buddy.
Please.
I want Schmitty dead just as bad as you.
Yes, then let me out.
What the hell did you do to give up your helmet, dum-dum?
I know where he is now.
That you gave up the helmet.
To figure out where Schmitty is, yes. That's what he did.
Yes.
I turned to Leishtung. The helmet made him smart, right? We knew Schmitty was here the whole time.
Something about the inside of your character doesn't fundamentally change when you're smarter. I think.
I needed to go where he was exactly, Chad. There's no other way.
Chad's mind is off as we're all being interrogated one by one here. Guys, this feel off to you guys? Where's
Huh?
Ivor? Like,
Oh yeah.
What?
Chad, just let me out. I promise I'm fine now. I won't run. I'll just sit here. Just let me out the chains, Chad. Come on, for old time's sake. Come on.
The tyrant peeks his head in. Chad, can I speak with you real quick?
Sure thing, boss.
Let me out.
I'm coming right back for you, buddy.
You walk out the door. The tyrant closes it behind you. You look at the bodyguard. Nathan's down the hall already, walking somewhere, probably out. And the tyrant says, "Do you have any more of these things?" And he shows off the two gross-looking tokens. The effigies. Can I see them? I'm sorry, I need to study them before they potentially corrupt and kill you.
I hand him one.
He stares at you for a moment. Do you have any others?
Yeah. What do you need them all for?
So that we can study them.
Here you go. Here's one.
Thank you.
Study away.
I need the other one, Chad. They could be hurting you, and you could not know that.
I literally put myself out there to on the front lines routinely to get slaughtered. This is an anti-magic thingy. I'm gonna have some anti-magic at my disposal when I go out. You can have one of them. If you wish to replicate it, you guys have been successful thus far in some of the things we've given you. I see no reason why I couldn't spare one of them. Hell, the magic healing goop we gave you almost half of it, and we were allowed to use the rest. I see no reason why this is any different.
He continues to look at you, Chad. Chad, I need both.
Boss, I'm gonna need more than you just are looking at this for research purposes. If you're trying
We need to study them. And not all of you are currently reliable right now.
We have plenty more. We grabbed
I know.
a bunch of them. I'm
going to get whichever ones you have. So, and give them to Ozark so that we can look at them. Why do you feel the need to hoard this?
I'm a hoarder. I like hoarding things. It helps me remember all the places I've been.
Chad, I am asking you. Please don't make me tell you.
And then underhand tosses it to Tyrant, both of them.
He takes them and thanks you. Now, what else occurred in where this Leon person took you?
It was very odd. It was like a vision that I had seen once before. Leon knew was a part of my past, and as soon as I saw him, I recognized him. I wanted to find out as much as I possibly could. And wouldn't you know, there is no end. There's no story. There's nothing. I have no past. I have no name. So I don't know, boss. I'm still kind of trying to process it.
He thinks for a moment. John's gonna roll dice. Whoa, don't throw all. He pats you on the arm. You feel a wave of you've always had this just gut pain ever since you lost part of your spine and replaced it with wood. It's just one of those aches that are so constant that it's kind of just doled out and doesn't really register in your mind. And you feel that that stiffness in your back and side begin to wane a little bit as he gives you this affirmation. I understand what it is like to not know your past. But sometimes it is better to live in ignorance. I'm sorry if you didn't get the answers you sought, but I'm glad that you had the chance to at least find a way forward. It is probably one of the few things that we've actually, or you specifically, have managed to gain insight of after this now backfired venture we've had. Do you...
Yeah, it was a pretty big loss. There was no shopping. Well, I guess there was shopping. They told you already, but the secret smith.
Yes, what happened? What is this secret smith?
This wild, crazy magic or something. But you could ask any question in return for giving it something in return to get your answer.
I see. Did you figure out any secrets? Anything
One
of...
small one. Igor gave significantly more, as you can see and hear and smell, I'm sure.
It seems to be the case that he's lost several magical items and a newfound bloodlust, I guess, is what he gained in return for that.
I'm pretty sure you're the one who told him Schmitty was here the whole time.
I did, yeah, and then I told him explicitly not to go and try to kill him. And here we are.
Then, like, Stone came in talking about shit harness. We were, like, standing right here. Anyway, I'm not the one who forgot that.
Why don't you take it easy for a couple days while we figure out what's going on? And then we'll all group up once more, once everyone's calmed, and try to hammer out a new plan.
Sounds good. And then, John, for the meme, because I technically never learned it on Level Up, I'm going to point behind Tyrant and say, look over there.
He turns his head.
And I'm gone.
You just start fucking running.
And I will never use that as a meme again, John.
He turns around, is like, what the fuck? Where did... Pulling an old Batman, the Tyrant will pop his head once more. Leishtung, have you and Igor said any more after this hour of Igor begging you to let him out?
Leishtung, I promise I'm fine now. Let me out now.
You're not
I
gonna
won't do
convince me.
anything. I promise.
Do you know who brought you here in the first place? I don't know if you... This just happened.
Honestly, I just remember learning where Schmitty was and going to Schmitty. That's all I remember right now.
Igor, is that all you learned?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Also, yeah, I learned some other things, but nothing too important.
Okay. I want to see that if he's bullshitting me or not. I'm going to stare him right in the eyes. I'm going to look him in the eyes. I'm going to stand up and look him in the eyes while he's chained, looking at me. Like, are you sure that's all you know?
No. I know other things.
Hey, what are they?
Ozark says, I'm trying to find out, but his mental barrier's too strong. It's like he's hidden it 1,000 meters in a voided ocean. It's terrifying, the vastness that is his empty cranium.
I know your name is Leishtung.
Uh-huh.
I know the Tyrant is Tyrant. I mean, this could go on date. Do you want me to list every single thing I know? I'm confused.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Leishtung, as Igor begins to list that eggs are food and other sort of nonsensical just facts that he can summon on will, the Tyrant sticks his head in and asks you to meet him outside.
Right away. I'll be back, Igor. You keep listening to those things. Ozark, you listen to what he says.
The Tyrant looks at you. You've been talking to him for like 20 minutes prior to this. So we can just sort of assume you gave him the full tale.
Oh yeah, I regaled him of my ventures.
Okay.
And
So, the secret smith guy
Mhm.
uh, seems to be to blame for what has occurred over. How long did you say? 2, 3 years you've been out?
I remember 2 winters, so at least 2 years.
Okay. Welcome back then.
Got to be
For
back.
me, it's only been 12 days since I've last seen you, but.
Hmm.
Okay. You don't have any of these things, and he shows off the 4 effigies he's holding in his hand right now. Do you?
I believe I don't.
Okay.
I think I dropped those a long time ago.
They seem to be some sort of cursed item or some other thing, and we're going to keep them in a safe place for now.
Yeah, I remember vaguely that they're magical of some kind.
Yeah. Welcome home. Why don't you go and show your new friend the hallways and your room, if you remember where that is.
Mm-hmm. Before I go, Tyrant, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, sure.
I'm presuming I was already sitting down. If not, I'm sitting down.
You sit on the floor in the middle of the hallway.
Tyrant,
The timer takes a knee to be at your eye level. Yes, Leishon?
are you giving yourself to this world? Truly protected and its people?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Are you here for the good of the world? Can I trust you with the lives of others?
You look into his eyes for a very long moment as he contemplates his response. I don't think I am here to serve this world, but for the people I care about, I would do anything for them.
I'm sorry to pry. Who are the people you care about?
My citizens, my friends, those I consider family. I have a duty here that I must fulfill. But to the rest of the world, I'm not its agent. I'm not here to become a slave to our planet's will.
So this is your free will that you're doing this.
I'd like to think so.
Okay. I get on a knee. I vow. I am in your service, Tyrant. And I walk away.
You stand up, leaving him kind of speechless. And he sort of like mutters to himself, oh yeah, his contract would have expired in his perspective.
Contract.
Yeah, you guys signed military contracts.
Shit, now I have to sing happy birthday.
Yeah, alright, go sing happy birthday. We'll see you in a sec. Igor, the tyrant walks into the room. And sits down, calls the Ozark, who's just like menacing your brain. And it's just like, you can feel this presence in your skull, just like poking around. It's awful. It's a terrible feeling. And as the tyrant comes in, he calls Ozark off. Sits down. Lets out a sigh. Waits for the door to close. Igor, what are we gonna do with you, man?
What do you mean?
We went through all this trouble of... First it was Xenoth. And I get it, you know, freedom of faith or whatever. But then once that became a problem, we had to go on a merry goose chase throughout the southern continent to find a hat that made you smarter, to realize things. There's this Jerome business, this Bojo... You know why I keep Schmitty here, right?
No.
It's because he's one of my citizens. I can't have you killing my citizens, Igor.
But
Now
just
he
one?
can't do his job because you are actively trying to kill him.
Well, yeah, he deserves it, though.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't? Wait, what?
Look, I
Yeah,
walk in
Igor,
on
that
this.
doesn't make sense. He totally does, right?
Yeah, what?
But the tyrant's telling you the opposite of reality, it seems. Igor. I don't even know if you understand what loyalty is right now. But he's also here to test yours. If you keep going after Schmitty, I can't trust you. And if I can't trust you, you have no place amongst my task force. You all act in my name.
Tyrant, have I ever done anything you have not asked? I've always done everything. This is the one thing.
That's not... We don't trade lives here as favors. That's not how a just person rules.
But that makes no sense. If someone's bad, like Schmitty, why wouldn't we kill him? Isn't that just how it works? You kill bad.
Oh my god. He lets out a sigh. Igor,
Yes?
you are not equipped.
I know, I lost my weapons.
I was pausing.
Oh, sorry.
You are currently not equipped with the correct tools to act in my name.
What do you mean?
I will be taking advisement on if I should remove you from my task force unit.
Tyrant. But what would I do if I wasn't on this?
It's a good question, Igor. And one you should consider now. I am going to leave you here. Because I do not wish to throw you in a dungeon again. Because we have a zero tolerance policy for being thrown into dungeons. Where the first time is a punishment, the second time you're there for good. So I'm going to keep you in this room.
Okay.
I'm going to go speak with some people to see if there's something we can do about this current situation. Because as I see it now, you are one step away from being a renegade, and 2 steps away from being a rebel.
I don't know what either of those words mean.
I'm aware, which makes you a perfect of both.
Oh.
All right. Think as hard as you can, Igor. And when we talk next, hopefully you will have changed some of your mind.
Okay.
The tyrant stands up. And he leaves. Ozark 2 will, well, he'll help you, like, sit up on a couch. And then, just kind of like, do you want to be on your side? Do you want to? Okay, well. And then he'll leave as well. Letting you be a chained up worm and think about your past actions for a while. And I suppose here's where we're going to take our first break, now that we're an hour and a half in. And then we're going to go back to Ebor. And we're going to see what's going to happen. That's what we're really going to see, guys. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, welcome back. And we're just gonna jump straight back to the tower. Ybor Lador. You see on this blueprint, people beginning to, well, not people, but like dots signaling people are beginning to move away. Ashley's explaining what you're looking at. You're looking at what to her is a semi-demi-plane, which is like a demi-plane, but physically present in the material world. It's basically just free. I cannot teleport into there and interact there, so I'm gonna have to send some people in. This, in the shape that it is formed, is clear to you as the Tyrant's Court, which you have pieced together through an intelligence check. Ashley does not seem to know what the Tyrant is, or who they are, or what their deal is, but you recognize the, like, oh, that's probably the cafeteria, those are all the bedrooms, stuff like that. You're watching these little glowing dots, like, so these are the magical signatures of your friends. This one, we think is the big guy, the horn dude, but his looks a little odd from when we last saw it, so maybe there's some magic fuckery going on there, but, like, that's your short guy who had the sword, that's your punchy dude, and that is, I don't know which that guy was. But I think those are all 4 of your friends. Right there. We found them.
Yeah.
What's the plan here, Ybor?
Just a little bit surprised that they left me. I mean,
They left you?
well,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
waiting for them, wasn't I? I thought they'd come to.
Yeah,
find
it's
us.
been 12 days in real time. I don't know if you've been keeping track here. It's a little hard, just due to the way this whole place is set up. But yeah.
I mean, I do like this place. And he looks around, and it's genuine, he does like the place. But I need to go check on my friends. I don't know what's happened to them. And I'm not sure if I'm quite ready to come stay here. I still think I can do some stuff in the world with my, I want to say, position of power that I've managed to get, where I can try and make a difference in the world. I know you guys are doing your own thing, but I think I can have a more hands-on approach and maybe protect some people that I care about.
Ashley looks at you somewhat sadly, Ybor. My young friend. We've already given you admission, and we don't want to take that away from you, but there is a clear enemy and threat out there in the world. His name is the Swamp Wizard, or Ozark, or whatever, the creature that tried to kidnap one of my agents. Piddles, you remember? You stopped it. You're a hero. We can't protect you if you're constantly outside. And if he captures you, you will become a great liability to us. We are willing to... We aren't going to keep you here by force, either. That is just barbaric. We aren't jailers. But we can't have you going around and the first person who casts detect thoughts on you is suddenly aware of our presence in the world. We've survived off secrecy and people knowing that there is a cabal of wizards who are pursuing the egalitarian, philosophy of only caring about knowledge. You would risk us all. Your friends. You would draw us back into the world where we will have to fight for supremacy or just for our place in it. That's not a risk I'm willing to take.
Take it you're implying you're going to change my memory or perception of this place?
That's one way of doing it, yes. It would be permanent, and we would have to, well, get all the things that could tie. So you'd have to give up. We'd get you your old clothing back, stuff like that, but the real question is, are you sure that this person isn't just going to immediately teleport up on top of you and then harm you, even if we were to let you go? I don't want to throw a fish back into a pond that's infested with alligators. Are you sure you'll be safe out there?
I honestly can't say that I will, but my friends, they deserve to know that I'm okay, and I think I deserve to know that they're okay. It's a risk I'm willing to take. From what I know of Ozark, he's not a cold-blooded killer. Granted, he's not the nicest person. I don't particularly like him, but I feel like they wouldn't hurt me because I'm an asset to them, like I would have been an asset to you if I stayed here. But I know what I'm walking into, but the truth is I want to make a difference in the world. And it's not necessarily who you work for, it's the things that you do.
Do not. I understand. It's a shame to see you go, but we will ready the ritual. If you wish to speak with your father or Piddles one last time, by all means.
So, if you are going to change my memory, can you make it so that I want to find my dad again? Maybe one day I'll come back when I'm actually ready to stay.
Magic's a little arcane. I'm sure that feeling will survive.
Okay. But I appreciate the honesty that you've shown me. And
She nods.
you were a nice guest. I was treated like a nice guest while being here. So thank you for the hospitality. And I would like to say goodbye to both quickly, if that's okay.
Yeah. You can go say goodbye to your father first. Piddles, you will find back at the hall. Just, it seems like he was summoned too by Ashley. Maybe it's related to it. But they will prepare a very quick ritual.
So on the way to one of them, I'd like to have a quick conversation with Joy.
I'm blind, Joy says. How can I help you?
Well, I don't know if you heard, but it sounds like they're going to take away my memory.
What?
I was wondering whether
Why?
you
You've
could
made such
remember-
great breakthroughs.
But I wondered if you can remember stuff and tell me when we're out.
I hope so. What do you mean they're getting rid of your memory?
They're going to remove my memory of being here because they're worried I'm a threat. And I
Like through
understand that.
modified memory?
They weren't very specific. But I was thinking...
Are you sure they're not going to kill you?
I don't know. But there's two choices. We trust that they're honourable and they don't kill me. Or we go home right now and we're wanted by them.
It's always better to know your enemies, Ebor. Joy quickly calls out. As a person, well, I'm not a person. As a construct created to destroy the world, this sounds like a pretty easy one kind of situation where they're gonna kill you after probably feeble-minding you.
So, when I get to Piddle, I will give him the bronze disc and hug him. And then as I walk away, I'll pull out the rune of recall and go back to where that takes me.
Okay, so
Or
that's
just attempt to see if that happens.
that's the play.
That's the play.
You're gonna trust Joy?
Well, I'm still not 100% sure how bad it would be if I lost my memory, so I want to try and go home.
I want to get everyone's reactions here real quick. Out of character, everybody. Wei Stung! Do you think, well, CK, do you think the tower is legit and Ashley is not going to kill Ebor Lador?
I don't think she would have killed him. What, you definitely want to remember what the fuck happened in there.
What about you, Devin? Was Ebor going...
100%. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. They're fucking killing his ass. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. This is a cult. Like, it's literally a cult. They're not letting you leave alive. The fuck?
Rumble Roar? What about you? Do you think Ebor would die?
Sorry, which cult are we talking about? The one where we're all worshipping the tyrant, or the one where all the wizards are worshipping each other? I tuned out for a minute there. What?
The wizards! Are they gonna kill Ebor if they get rid of his memory?
Yeah, you're not keeping your memories either way, bud. That's for damn sure. So good luck.
Eric? Do you think Ebor is going to make the right decision?
Far more insidious, John. They're not going to kill him. They're going to make an example out of him. You know that like place where they weren't supposed to go into? They know he went into it. And they're going to make a little showcase for him that he gets to live out his life in as an example of what not to do.
Damn. Ebor, you find Piddles on his way to where Ashley is, and where she's waiting for you for a ritual, as it were. You hand him the disc, and is there anything you say or whisper to him as a final message before activating your Ozark-approved magical item?
I hope we see each other again.
Piddles will hug you. I don't know what he would say. I'll let Eric message you that. So I don't have to speak for him. And then you tap your Rune of Recall in your pocket, and whoosh, are torn from the Golden Tower. It's not like this item can be counterspelled, for it does not cast a spell. Well, it technically does. But like any charged item, it goes off without a hitch, without even a spell slot. You are bamfed back all the way to the Tyrant's Court. Standing in a dark chamber, in a jail cell, really, of where they were keeping this briefcase. Right outside of its glass doors. You pause, think about what you've just done for a moment, and then are going to be descended upon by every single Ozark in the Tyrant's Court. There is roughly 30 of them that just all suddenly share this room, and although it's tempting to self-detonate Fireball upon yourself, you know there's way too many counter spells and charms that are about to be thrown your way. And Ebor, reappearing, I don't think I need to tell you how many feeble minds are gonna be resisted here. Do you want to roll 30 d20 real quick, or are you just okay with us moving this game along?
Yeah, I would have advantage, but
60 d20 then. My bad.
Let's just assume he's good, John. He'll resist all of them in his epic duel with Ozark.
Not just one Ozark, but 30. Mathematically, one's getting through, right?
Oh, shot.
Nah, no way.
Anyways,
What do you
yeah,
want to
we
do?
can. I want to say if it was a 1v1, I could take him, but 30, we'll let the game carry on. That's fine.
Okay. You were temporarily galaxy-brained into your own head, where not even your mind is safe.
Igor brained.
No alarm will call out, and I suppose we're going to start a week of downtime for any long rests that need to happen, or I don't think any do, actually. We haven't really had combat, so a few days are going to pass. In that time, in this couple days of downtime, what would you guys like to do?
What happens to Igor?
Igor chills. Just for a little while. Nathaniel, you said you wanted to do stuff?
Yeah, there is checking in on the warehouse, make sure that is still on point, and the guys I have hired have taken care of the place while I have been away. And then there was something else, but I can't remember currently. But yeah, I was headed back to the warehouse to get my life in order, as I've been away for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you go to the warehouse. Can you, Nope, still the wrong song. Where's the thing? Is it this one? Was I just playing this? No, I was not. Okay. You go to the warehouse. And it doesn't immediately look like anyone's been into it, but how confident are you? Are you gonna, like, search the place high and low to see if any more elves disguised as frogs tried to break in?
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying that my own sanctuary keeps... it's like top priority for me to keep this place on lockdown, and yet every time I up the security, it needs to go another 10 feet taller. So I implore the 2 or 3 people that are around to help me scour the place and make sure while I've been away that nothing is out of place.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check with advantage. They'll help you out. It doesn't look like anyone's been has broken into here. But that shrine do look fine. As though it has been recently polished, or taken care of, or who knows. It's just nice looking. Spent 1,000 gold on it.
Yeah. I go up to the shrine and take in a deep. This is like some of his pride and joy of having accomplishments in his life. He's had a very transient life in terms of, being on airships, being here and there. This is his first putting down roots, having some guys that he pays to be on his book roll. He's feeling good about himself. And he thinks to himself about how he could be able to use the shrine to, further the cause of and understand more about the world.
Yeah. You look at it. You contemplate.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything on me right now.
500
but,
gold pieces.
Yeah, and I have some gems and other things. I
Don't
don't have enough money right now, but the Rune of Recall that I have from Ozark could be something interesting to unravel at some point in time.
Okay.
But if everything's on lock here and nothing's out of sight, out of place, I would go about the town to check in with the people around town, like, hey, why are they having a funeral procession? Hey,
Yeah.
what have I missed? Hey, like, what's going on? I've been gone for 2 weeks, and I didn't even know
So,
it.
from what you piece together, most people have been evacuated entirely from Destry. Anyone who was wanting to leave these past couple, well, almost a month now. Right? John checks his calendar.
It's somewhere in the range of a month, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Herald incident happened at the end of June. Yes, it's been roughly a month since people could freely evacuate Destry or migrate over to Tolst. And apparently that includes some of the dead who, well, died in the service. And rather than being cremated or thrown into the ocean, some of them got like heroic funerals, equivalent to that of what hunters do. And this is kind of like a big political statement that the tyrant has made, because it was his call that dying for the sake of Tolst and its interests and for other people, including in war against other people's governments, puts you on an equivalent level to the heroes of humanity in this day and age. This is a very, like, mixed reception that he's been getting, and it's kind of like, what the fuck? Some people really appreciate it because, especially the families of those who died, they do consider their, deceased as heroes now, and are buying in more and more. But to, like, more established, like, people who are, like, disconnected from such a thing, they're like, okay, this is clearly like a power play he's doing. Is he trying to piss off the Hunter General officiary? Like, what's going on?
That's interesting. I don't.
Yeah.
The way that I understand Tyrant is he's looking out for everyone's best interests, but it seems like this is a political landscape that is filled with landmines, right? And there can be any number of missteps and toes stepped on.
It's pretty weird. It's an awkward situation, undoubtedly.
Yeah, interesting.
Chad?
The thing I would want to,
Oh, yeah.
the thing I would want to do next is to then further the contacts that I have in the city. I want to get somebody who has infiltrated into the Smugglers Guild and see what they're doing to undermine Tolst and its authority.
Okay. You want to just, like, bribe a guy for information?
Bring him onto the payroll, basically. But if I have to bribe a guy to get information and then move from there, yeah.
Yeah. You can find a guy named Janko. He is kind of a piece of shit, just regular drug abuser who doesn't get to punch people to death with his bare hands like your friend Chad. He's just kind of like a laborer for the Smugglers Guild. You can find him all over town. He jumps from dive to dive, or he's gone for weeks, potentially months at a time. And this guy is a pretty loose lips kind of dude. And from what you understand, just after, how much money do you want to spend, really?
I would spend upwards of 50 gold, but I would piecemeal it to him because 50 gold is like a huge amount of money. So yeah. I would start with like a gold and be like, hey, we should get drinks at this bar. And then like, oh man, he's not feeling this bar. We're going to go to the next bar. And I spend like 2 gold at that bar and we're having drinks. We're having a good time. You got to grease him up a little bit.
Okay. You can add this to one of your bonds. Put Janko, the loose lips. Chad and Leishtung, you both are not currently incarcerated by a government, so what do you two want to do?
Well, Chad has 2 places he wants to go, and I don't think I can get to and from Nevlators in a week. So I'm gonna go to Alcazar.
Okay.
I want to talk to Maru. And honestly, I'm already kind of in deep shit, but I want to see if we can bring Beaches and Cream back home. Why do we still have her?
Because she is a dignitary of Alcazar.
I thought we took her hostage in a weird,
Yeah.
not really negotiated circumstance.
Well, she got promoted to emissary while she was here, it seems.
Good job, Beaches.
Yeah. She's also apparently dating someone now, which is super cool on her end, because she used to be trapped in a demi-plane of plant. So now she's kind of excited to explore the world.
Cool. Well, then I don't need to have some sort of weird heist where I get her home, so I'll just go to Alcazar and talk to Maru.
Yeah, you can go do a quick day trip to Alcazar. You take an airship in the early morning. You can take one all the way back if you want, or stay there for a day or so. You walk in like you own the place, and you're still a task force member, so of course they allow you entry. And Maru's there, and she lets out a sigh. Like, hello, Chad.
Hey, Maru. Sorry to bother you?
No, it's fine, it's fine. What can I do for you?
I've got questions about the ferry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There's been a lot of weird circumstances all intertwining, and the ferry is the common thread. Why is it here?
Oh. You look at this massive dress that she is under. This massive, it's just a quilt of fabric to stop you from directly looking at her. So you can't really, like, make out any of the expressions, but there is, like, a hesitancy of, like, why is the ferry here? I think one of our ancestors trapped it here. It is a technical fae, and we are somewhat related to them. Our enchanting properties and magic and all that, but we trapped it in amber and topaz and all sorts of goop. That way it can't go out and harm us along with the spirit beasts. Perhaps it was a defeated foe or an enemy? She shrugs. It's been here longer than I have.
So what do we do with this gem? Do you just watch over it until it inevitably breaks and then try to recapture the ferry again?
Yeah, basically. So we can't kill it. It'll just reform somewhere else, so it's better to be trapped in here than out there in the rest of the world.
Can it be spoken to currently?
No, it's weird hibernation status thing. Why do you want to speak with it?
It has my spine. I want it back.
Chad, even if you had part of your spinal column that was separated from you back, what's your plan then? You just stick it back in and hope your body works the same?
Hadn't thought that far ahead, honestly.
Well,
it has something of mine. I don't like that. It was taken from me in a manner where I don't feel... And I need it back, Chad says, firmly.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't necessarily have a plan, whether or not this thing can be killed or not, or reasoned with. But something was taken from me, and I'm not going to let it stand.
It's a force of malice, Chad. If it wants your spine, and it has your spine, chances are it's going to keep your spine. You may just have to learn to cut your loss. And she, like, lets out a massive sigh. Oh, that one hurt. That hurt a lot. Oh! Okay. The strange political situation that she finds herself in, she can't help but connect what she just said to that, and her own situation and your situation and look at the two as if they're somehow comparable. Anything else, Chad?
Sorry. Just somewhere else there for a moment. What did you say?
Do you need any help with something else?
Seemingly everywhere I go for help, I can't find what I need. But I appreciate your time, Bart.
I'm sorry. I wish you luck.
What else did Chad want to do? I can't go to Neville's. Oh, Chad wants a haircut. He's gonna go talk to the shaver. It's been a while.
You go to the shaver to get your hair done. He's a boring guy now, once you get to know him. Like, sure, he uses scissors in a weird kung fu style, but like once the gimmick's done and gone with, you're like, okay, this is just some old fart who's actually just a barber now.
That's kind of disappointing.
Getting old is disappointing in general.
Chad catches up, lets him know about all the bullshit that's happened, all the demons.
Yeah.
Because what level was that I met the shaver? 5 for extra attack?
5, 6, somewhere around there.
Anyway, it's been a bit.
He shaves your head. As he is known to do.
Chad insists all of it. Get rid of all of it.
That's
Chad's
why
like,
they come to me, and then he takes a buzzer, gets rid of it all.
Outside of bullshitting, I don't have any other planned
Okay.
downtime activities.
Well, you only had 3 days of downtime anyway. That was 2. No big deal if you spend 1 on yourself. Take a little rest day. Hell yeah. A day sabbatical. How about you, Leishtung?
Now that I'm just gonna pester the tyrant whatever comes like, hey, you want me to do something? Hey, you want me to go do something for you? Hey, are you busy right now? Do you need something done? You need help? What's going on? What's going on? I get the zoomies and I run up and down the court looking for him.
I mean, yeah, but Tyre will give you stuff to do if you're constantly asking for him to do stuff. Make day trips out into the city. Go give a letter to someone in the court.
Oh, is that all you wanted me to do today? Is that actually good? You want something else?
I'm kind of busy, Leishtung. I'm sorry if I...
Yeah, I know you're busy. I'm helping you. I'm here to help. I'm here to help with the busyness, right?
The one person Tyrant hates.
He doesn't hate Leishtung. What?
No, not yet. He's working on it.
He is. He is, isn't he?
The restraining order's in the mail.
Leishtung, you
Not
go
again.
about busying yourself, and eventually you'll be the one to free Igor as well. And then you'll get told to watch Igor to make sure he doesn't do anything crazy. Which will probably be way more better than doing errands. In terms of, responsibility-wise and importance level.
Alright. Igor, you're under my watch now. Gotta do as I say, alright? Are you feeling okay?
I think so. I think I feel better.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know. Glad you're feeling
Really
better.
confused.
Um,
Nothing makes sense. I took the helmet off, and now everything's really confusing, and I don't even know what's going on. Is Xenoth even real?
Xenoth was never real. Listen,
But
your head's
I knew
clouded
that.
right now. You don't have any clear thoughts. You know what's really good for that?
What?
Going on a walk. Want to go on a walk? Come on, let's go on a walk.
Okay.
Yeah, we show for walkies.
You want to take Igor on, like, an 18-hour hike through the woods?
Yeah, we're gonna
Which-
go, like, hike up a mountain near here. And
You have to free your mind, Igor. I don't even know what that means.
Igor,
Yes.
you want to kill Schmitty still, don't you?
Deep
that-
down, Igor always wants to kill Schmitty.
Yeah.
Of course he does. Whether or not he acts on it, that's a whole other thing.
Okay. Okay. Downtime ends after 3 days. And all of you, including Ebor, completely, well, without items, with wearing basically what is comparable to a potato sack for clothing, will be presented to you all.
Ebor,
E4.
did you get in trouble too?
Ebor is like drooling from the mouth and nose over his saliva because he has been feeble-minded and is currently dumber than you, Igor. Somehow, miraculously.
I would like run to him and tackle him with a hug, and then notice like, oh wait, Ozark.
Ozark literally
You do that?
slaps you in the face, Nathan. How dare you
don't-
approach a prisoner? Do not hug him.
Why, prisoner?
Why
We are
is
going to
prison-
interrogate him right now. Hey,
But he friend.
no, he is food, Igor.
He's not food, Igor. Don't actually
He's
listen to
got a
that.
lot of explaining to
okay.
do. You're allowed to be present for it because he is your ex-comparte. But let us hope that he has figured out what's going on, because the downside of feeble-minded someone is they can't read their memory. So that's what we're going to be doing. You are allowed to be present for this. And then he, like, mean mugs everybody. Don't you dare try to assist him.
I looked at Leisha. Do we help or no? I'm confused.
No, we have to let this happen.
Okay.
I will be present.
Watching carefully.
It becomes apparent that some of you haven't even been explained to about what Ebor has done. And when the tyrant arrives, and you guys are like, hey, are we about to just turn on this Ozark simulacrum while we have a chance of, killing one to free our friend? The tyrant will kind of come up and explain the situation. Like, Ebor was found with a fugitive known as Piddle's Wetspot, who has more or less killed a city-state known as Mokapuni. When trying to apprehend this Piddle's Wetspot character, an ex-apprentice of Ozark himself. Ozark was counterspelled, and then Ebor secured that fugitive's safety. We don't know why. We are going to question him and see what he has to explain himself, for his actions at least.
Why would he come back?
Well, that's what we're going to find out now. We had to secure him as such. I don't know why he's in a sack, though, Ozark. Is this some, humiliation tactic? And Ozark doesn't even care to respond. Okay. Anyway, he is currently considered a criminal at this very moment in time, but we will see if this was some galaxy brain plan or other sort of scheme that he had to do for his own survival. I'm personally glad that he's back, because if he had just run off with all the magical items that we loaned you guys, then we'd be in quite a pickle. So, without further ado, Ozark, are you gonna restore him? And yes, Ozark does restore Ebor. Ebor, you are trapped in a bag of coarse and rough canvas of linen. It itches and scratches that you just now notice, and your nostrils are filled with snot. You sneeze immediately, trying to get them out. It's an eye-watering, terrible experience. Your hands are tied in this bag. You can't break out. And then, They lift up the bag onto a hook that Ozark has installed in the ceiling so that you are dangling above like a weird Christmas ornament. Ozark laughs menacingly. Ha 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 ha! He is trapped in the bag of repentance! Ebor, what say you?
It's a bit humiliating.
You look at all of your friends who are looking up at you. Maybe like 4 feet below from where your head is currently. So they're well within reach of just slapping your feet.
Ow, stop it.
We're so worried. What the fuck happened to you? We're just about to
Welcome
come
back.
Hello.
Where'd you get the bag?
I don't know.
Did you go shopping without us?
No, we put him in a canvas sack. What's wrong? Hey, say not Ebor! And Ozark looks up at you, furious. Why did you counterspell us when we could have kidnapped Piddle's wet spot, brought him back into the fold, and figured out where all the other wizards are?
Because I needed to get my friends back, and I didn't think you taking a librarian hostage was a good idea.
What? And Ebor, you can kind of explain the situation. What does Ebor tell the party? How does he justify his actions?
Well, I was waiting for my friends to come back, and they didn't, and the people that were holding me sounded like they were nice-ish people, and I knew I could get home whenever I needed to, but I was just waiting for them to show up so we could all leave together. And when that wasn't happening, I tried to learn as much as I could about what was happening. And eventually I found out they'd all left me behind, so I tried to find out if I was allowed to leave willingly, and I would have had to have lost my memory, and there's probably going to be consequences, and they couldn't guarantee being able to affect what I remember. So I used the Rune of Recall to get out of there and come back.
Are you going to try to resist me if I try to read your memories?
Do I have a choice?
Yeah. This is
I
a
mean,
yes or
there's
no
nothing
question.
I don't really need to hide my intention.
Ozark will begin to cast the lauded Detect Thought spell and read your mind. And it sounds like you've been pretty truthful so far. Or at least vague enough to be on the borderline of like, whose loyalties does he really have?
Alright, I want to clear the record straight, Ebor. We were coming to get you. We were getting a plan to infiltrate the tower, because it's really, really hard to get in there if you're not a wizard.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wait, where'd Leon go?
Yeah.
Where is
Need to
Leon?
meet this guy.
He's not in the room
Ozark,
with
did you eat Leon?
Not this one, who's sticking his hand through Ebor's head. Or not through his head, because that'd kill Ebor. But on his head, through his hair, excuse me. Just jabs his nails just into your brain
Just,
directly.
you know, he's like an icy.
Yeah.
Slurp it up a little.
He's slurping Ebor's memories up right now and cannot respond. The tyrant, in his infinite glory and wisdom, will say, he's currently in our guest estate, outside of town a little bit. Hanging out in the woods, because he doesn't like how cramped it is here, and honestly, I don't blame him. He still thinks we're going to this Golden Tower thing, but if Ebor is back, that's
That was
sort of
the pretext to
Yeah.
bring him into the fold here. Because he wants to bring down the head of the tower.
It's true. Ozark will eventually let out a and like look to the tyrant and say, he said what can be considered the truth for now. I recommend probation to see if this is a sting, or if we're about to be teleported in and he is acting as a homing beacon for all of his wizard friends. We may have a battle on our hands, a wizard war, isn't that destructive?
Oh, no, it's fine. They gave me these, and I'll pull out one of my anti-magic things that they never took from me.
That would have been confiscated, including your armor as well.
Oh, what?
Actually, any magical items on most of you right now, except for Lei Stung, basically, have been confiscated for these 3 days.
Teacher's pet.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
Teacher's pet.
True. Literally. True.
Write it down, potato sack man.
The tyrant nods to this assessment for now. So, from what I understand, or from your story, Ybor, this tower is a organization of wizards that are following this one Ashley character.
Yeah, it seems like a cult. Everything I did made sure that I didn't make myself a threat to them. At one point, I even offered to give up my memories so they wouldn't just attack me because I was about to leave. But they don't necessarily seem like bad people from what I saw, but I don't claim to be a very good judgment of character of people, but they didn't harm me. I presume they went to look for my friends, but I had no evidence that they did. But they did tell me that they'd left. So, if they'd wanted me to be kept there, they could have tried a lot harder.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, one of Ashley's bodyguards came and found us in some weird house prison. Said they were going to wipe our memory and take us back to you. Now I'm pretty dubious of what memory wiping entails.
Yeah, what kind of guy doesn't drop a sword? Can't drop it. My ass.
Man, this all happened so long ago. I barely
Also,
remember that.
question, Ybor, point of order, how did you know we were all back? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, back here, back in the material plane? What does that mean?
They were showing me these like blueprints of what they were saying was this like demi-plane, and then they were pointing you guys out, and it sort of seemed familiar to this place because I sort of recognized the structures and stuff. But it seems like they can sort of keep track of this plane quite well. I think they had their own little department of
Wait, what?
scribes.
Ozark said, and immediately
Ozark,
is going
keep
back
it
into your
safe.
mind. What the fuck? Seems to be actually not too thrilled about that subject.
Tyrant, does it sound like Ozark's keeping us safe? Like, that seems weird. Maybe we need a,
No,
little assessment.
This is the safest place currently in the material world, yeah.
Doesn't sound very safe. Maybe we should be putting Ozark on probation a little bit here. Ha ha ha, just kidding.
I was ready to grapple Ozark for you, Tyrant.
The tyrant thanks you for your service. Or your intentions. Right.
Chad
Okay.
speaks up. So was this whole song and dance because Ozark got counterspelled and he's upset about it?
It was more
Sounds
for the
alright.
fact that Ybor could have just betrayed us all, rather than just a counterspell.
So
Ybor.
is Ybor a better wizard than you now, Ozark?
Ozark
Kinda
nods and
seems
says,
like it,
yeah,
'cause he
that's
got
how it works, actually. He's now the new Lich.
Oh,
Congratulations,
congratulations!
Ivor, you got a promotion.
Yep. He will be hunted until the day he dies. It's unfortunate.
Oh.
Isn't that what happens to wizards? Like, how is that different from how it was?
He shrugs.
Cool.
Ozark has to think for a little while. And says, I must confer with my simulacrums. Our simulacrums. I shall depart and go into council for a time. Ivor, tread carefully.
I can't reach the floor,
True.
and my legs just dangle helplessly.
In the bag you remain. And Ozark takes off. And the tyrant will ask Lei Stung with his great height to remove Ivor from the hook so that he can wear this bag as clothing. At least until he gets back to his room to change.
I tippy toe to take him out.
Huh.
Hey, you feeling alright, buddy? You hurt anywhere?
Just my dignity, but I did one up Ozark, so you know he had
That
to
is
feel
a-
better than me for a little bit.
The tyrant
Bro
nods.
fist.
He's a vain piece of shit. Don't take what he says too seriously. You did give us quite a scare, though, Ivor. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
This had just
I mean-
happened after Kushim had betrayed us to one of our foes. Perhaps our greatest foe currently active. Now it seems like there's a third party in the mix, too. I don't know what's going to happen in terms of what they're going to do. We may keep you here for a little while and see what occurs.
Okay.
We must speak with Leon too, and figure out what's the next play here.
We're still
What?
going to attack the tower?
I
Probably
don't
not.
think you
no.
should.
That's what Leon is interested in. He wants to depose Ashley from whatever she has become.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
he has
she
some
does that
history
thing
with her.
that you do.
Yes, but if our goal is to get a bunch of wizards to help us in the war, then going to war with a bunch of wizards and presumably killing them in combat isn't going to help our cause.
Oh, do you want to talk to her then?
I'd like to open communication, yes. I'd prefer having them our ally than enemy.
All right, so she can see all of the Ozark simulacrums around here. Do we have enough simulacrums to spell out a message that we can send to her? Because she's like watching us.
Like the cheerleaders.
I seriously doubt she can do that. But maybe. Fucking magic. Oh! Now I'm regretting sending people into these fucking briefcases. I don't know. I'm gonna go talk to Leon, I guess, and see how much... What will occur next with our friend Ivor here.
Yeah, one of the interesting things with Leon is that he voted to put Ashley in power. So I don't know how that all works, but is there a way to depose her of this power?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm gonna go talk to him.
Cool.
Anyone want to come with me?
I would join in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Come on,
Leon,
Ivor.
I'm in.
Yeah, well, come
I
on.
like Leon.
Ivor, you're not allowed to leave here for a little while, but it's fine. You're under house
As in,
arrest,
like-
my mans.
Can I come with them, or is it like just have to stay in this room on my own?
Literally, if you leave and then a meteor crashes down upon my city because she can detect you, or if you're like a traced creature, I mean, we've dispelled magic on you a bunch of times to like get rid of all the fucking stuff just on your skin from where you've been, but
But they can
She
already
knows you.
see in here. They
They can-
told me where
I thought
it
you
was.
said we were little dots.
Well, they would clarify. It was little dots on the map, wasn't it? But she described what they were holding or something. Because you were telling me what she knew, and it sounded. I'm talking to you, John, for a second.
Oh, okay.
It was like dots, but she was saying like one guy had a sword and one guy did something else. So she must have understood.
I think she was
I'm
just
trying to be
giving
honest about
like
what I know, but I'm confused myself.
she
That's why I
clearly did not know the names of your friends. So when she said that was the one with the sword, that was probably Igor from the house. Because she only got to see them for as long as they were there, apparently.
But yeah, I'll relay what I know to try and help clear the air.
I think we're just going to hang out for a moment. Or have you hang out, specifically, Ibor. I know how scry works, at the very least, so this should protect you from such spells, just by being here.
Could I get an Ozark as a bodyguard, just in case? Because I feel a little bit helpless for the first time in my life. With just this sack on.
You are protected here. If you wish for Spider Ozark to follow you on the ceiling, and sometimes sneak down to poke you when you're not paying attention, I suppose we can have him do that.
Surprisingly, yes, that would make me feel a little bit better for the time being.
Okay.
First time those words have ever come together. Spider Ozark making someone feel better. Whoa.
It's true. We're gonna go speak with Leon. And also, he says, and he just pauses looking at Igor for a moment. We need to have a talk, Igor.
Okay.
You all begin to head up to the very entrance of the Tyrant's Court. Ibor will... This is probably like the farthest you'll want to go. Because this is kind of like the transitional period between the real world on top of the pillar and then, you know, something that is apparently not underground, which many of you would intuitively think your structure is. There, though,
It's not.
in the empty courtroom, is a person. Just kind of like looking around like, what's his name from, oh, fuck. Oh, no, I'm forgetting the movie. What's the Tarantino film? With the,
Oh, yeah, like
Samuel...
Travolta.
Yeah, John Travolta. Is just like looking around.
Pulp Fiction, I think is
Yeah,
the name?
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction.
And he's just like, where is everybody? And he has a spear in hand. He's wearing this gray and black colored clothing. A poncho sort of covers his majority torso. And Ibor, you recognize this guy. Or at least you recognize his clothing. He's a slayer from the tower.
It's fight time.
Uh-oh.
What do you do, Ibor, as you see this guy and the tyrant's coming through with his entourage of the raid team? And they kind of like stop. Well, the tyrant stops as he sees this guy. What do you do, Ibor?
So
It sounds like Ibor's a little stunned as he sees someone who's not supposed to be here looking around the place like he owns it.
yeah, is there that Spider Ozark around?
Not right
I'll
now.
look
No.
up.
All right, it seems like Ibor doesn't give out a call to identify this guy. And John has to go look up this guy's name. Because it may be fight time, guys.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, crap. I have no weapons.
Sure.
Or armor now.
You have your body,
Mm-hmm.
the
You have
perfect
your body.
weapon.
And your
My
wit.
body is willing.
My name is Garuga, and I come to challenge the one who owns our wizard. Chad looks so done with all this bullshit. He is ready to throw down, isn't he?
Got an eyelash that I can't get out of my eye, John.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
And now your finger as well.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Don't worry about me.
You're good. This Garuga calls out to you all as John, in his great empathy of Nick's situation, begins to cry. My eyes now.
Yeah.
Igor will look at the tyrant. Is that bad guy?
Oh, That's a good question, the tyrant says. And,
So we're closed for today?
No, you're not. Your door was open, this Garuga calls out.
Oh, he must have gone through the gate.
Stabs his spear into the ground. It breaks the stone a little bit as he does so, and calls out, I am the champion of Ashley, our queen and stewardess of the Golden Tower.
Oh,
Ebor!
we're coming to the... Oh. You go ahead.
He looks at Igor, who's like trying to talk. Ebor, you've run away from your duty. We demand you answer. Have you betrayed your oath of secrecy? Are you an enemy?
No, Ebor, good guy. He on our side.
What?
You asked if he bad guy.
The tyrant just slaps him at the back of the head. You, Igor. And the tyrant addresses this person in his courtroom. I am the tyrant of Tolst. Ebor is my loyal vassal. What do you want with him? And the herald states bluntly, if Ebor is your vassal, are you our enemy? And there is a very long, drawn-out pause. As the tyrant says, not necessarily. I would prefer us to be friends. And the man nods, as though there's like a pause between the answers that he is getting and then reacting to. This man named Garuga, shaven of head, helmetless, but also very bulky, I suppose. Thinks for a second. Because how much is he allowed to say? You are in possession of not just one, but two of our enemies. Or at least threats to our way of life. It seems the beans have already been spilled, however. If you wish to make alliance, we should have a meeting. Properly. And the tyrant's oh my god, he's so excited about this. Says, of course.
Oh, wow. It's kind of
We'll
falling your lap,
even
huh?
host it. This is great news. And then Garuga holds up a hand to stop him and says, this is bad news, you dumb fuck. And what? The tyrant's just like, what? What? Why is he name calling me? What the fuck?
Well, rude.
That's not nice.
I'm saying this for your concern, not mine. This is terrible news for you. And then, it's a very weird thing that he just said. Let's be frank here. This is well, not an enemy, but a foreign dignitary saying that having a cooperative meeting between heads of state is a very bad thing. And he's also kind of like working against his own interest. And many of you, except for Ebor, will think back to Miles as well, who was also in a similar situation of like, I very much regret what I have done and who I am in service to. And this Garuga fella seems to be of a similar opinion. Ashley will demand your subservience. She is the head of the tower, where all magic is generated from. She will demand much of you, to the point where you will become a vassal. Tyrant's very confused by this behavior of, we should have a meeting, but also my leader wants you to become a vassal, and as a loyal vassal of that leader, I am warning you to be wary of this. This is very, very strange, and your leader is now looking back towards you all, looking for any information to help him act here, because he's completely confused about what is happening.
I mean, Garuga, how long have you served Ashley?
I've served the Golden Tower for 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 years. I'm in its debt.
That's not a
And-
real number.
You don't have a number.
True.
Yeah, that seems like a very long time to be serving someone and you know exactly what you're talking about.
I
Um,
don't, but also do.
That's very strange.
Indeed.
If the tower were no longer to exist, how would you feel about that?
It can't not exist. That's an oxymoron. A moron who consumes oxygen.
Yeah, well, you met one. I'm right here. But, yeah, interesting.
You are an honest man.
What if we
Turn to Tyrant.
kill
I don't know.
Ashley?
You cannot
Who-
kill
who-
what cannot be killed. The dead
how do you
cannot be
replace-
died.
So, Ashley is the head of this place. My understanding is that Leon helped
He's having a
put
stroke.
Ashley there in the first place. And,
Yes, Leon is a
How would
traitor
we-
and a scoundrel.
how would
He
we
will be
replace the
your
head of the
bargaining
tower?
chip that you should use.
But if we kill Ashley with Leon,
Give the dear boy. You'll have an alliance. Give the queen her boy toy already, for the love of God. Let me go back to sleep.
you going to sleep?
I'm so tired.
Anyone
begins
else?
to weep.
Ebor, others?
As if
Chad?
unable to control his emotions, tears just start welling openly as then just drip into his poncho.
This guy's not okay.
Oh,
He
fuck.
looks like a madman, or at least speaks like one. Like, midway between having a stroke and also being, like, marionetted in a way.
I don't know what power he has, but he seems to just be a pawn in this.
Confer
Yeah,
amongst
why don't we-
yourselves, I shall return when the moon is high and the sky is full.
Do you need sanctuary here? Are you in trouble? This is a safe spot.
And then he is just like slowly being pulled out the door by some invisible force.
Oh no.
I'll be back! She'll make me come back!
Oh gosh.
How far away
That's
is he?
horrifying.
He's about like 60 feet.
Yeah, just outside of the 55-foot range. I'm alright, I'm not gonna chase him. I'm not that concerned with this weirdo, and I want to talk shit about him, so I'm gonna let him leave.
Thanks for coming by.
He goes and slams into the closed doors. And then eventually the doors will, like, be opened as, like, the tyrant is just like, okay, open. Open the doors. And the doors creak open and he's just yanked out into the sky. You lose track of him as he, like, ascends beyond the ceiling that you can, or the doorway, really, of the tyrant. Semi-stunned. Look at you guys. Be like, okay. That was fucked.
That was kind of new
Chances.
for us.
Chad says, hang on, and looks around. Where are we right now?
You're in the court. You're in the courtroom.
Are we in the
You see
snack room?
no, the courtroom.
I know where we can solve this problem, Tyrant. We, as a raid team and as you, do not speak anywhere unless we are surrounded by snacks. We can't get to the bottom of this without calories, boss. Let's go to the snack room. We gotta talk this through. What was with this guy? What?
Chad, are you hungry?
I
Is
really
this
just need a snack, Ty. It's been a long
Do
conversation.
you like low blood sugar? Do we need to get?
That guy was.
Do I need to call Antoine here to like?
Oh, we could have him check out Igor's brain again. That could only go possibly great.
I think we need to check
yeah.
your sugar levels. He says. All right.
Ashley is terrifying.
I'm a little concerned. Why don't we go ahead and summon Leon here? Who wants to go get him?
I got it.
All right. Chad, pick something up, like, food-wise, while you go. Don't go on an empty stomach.
We could have just had this whole meeting in the snack room and saved this whole trouble. I didn't know there were other rooms, Tyrant, for months. I thought you only had the snack room.
You know, I try to placate to my audience. I know you're a hungry guy.
I'm gonna go get a snack.
Okay.
And what else? What? All right, Leon. Snack first.
Okay. Well,
Ivor, what else do you know about Ashley that hasn't been said? Is there anything particular about her that we should be worried about?
yeah, Ivor, what the fuck was that, man? That was super disheartening.
I don't know. I know that she has these sort of people that I think are called fairy slayers, and I think they're like her special soldiers. I presume that was one of them.
Great. Okay.
This actually seems like a bad person.
I think she gives the illusion of free choice, but I don't know how much free choice there's always going to be with people when they're with her. I feel like it's you have free choice, and then eventually you don't. You sort of become unaware of it, or something changes. But there's a lot of people that think they want to be there. But I don't know if that's because of what she offers them as well. So I feel like, not to be rude, but she's a bit like the tyrant who's managed to gather a lot of powerful people together, not necessarily by one attribute about him, but there's multiple factors that eventually gathered enough people that you're not quite sure how he did it. Was it charm? Was it power? Is it because he's a great wizard? You're not sure what it was.
The tyrant is just present and like, I set out an advertisement. What are you talking about?
He also like
You guys
swayed
filled
a
out
bunch of
forms in
beasts.
Psycon. What?
My point is, you've got many qualities that have drawn people to you. You can't specify it was because you said something. I mean, there's, for the whole group of people that serve her, there's different reasons probably why they do what they do.
Why do wizards have to make everything more complicated? Okay, we're gonna go and call the boys, as it were. You all go get Leon, and we're gonna talk about what we need to do here. Oh, this is about to get really complicated, isn't it?
Where he
I
is.
think we're already there.
Great. All right. Then he claps his hands, break, and he immediately takes off to go summon a war council right now. Igor, it seems like the tyrant's too busy to deal with you.
Got off scot-free as always, no regrets. Sure.
No, I'm standing right here.
He trips. Leishung trips you as you're cheering.
What do we talk about trying to escape?
Escape? Why would I escape?
Yeah, Feign ignorance is also something we talked about. Stop.
Oh, sorry. Where's
What's that word mean?
Schmitty got promoted to captain of Xenos Betrayal while you were
Oh
away.
hell no! No, that's one thing I won't
Yeah,
allow. No,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was
You
repeating
quit.
this character so bad, John. I will strap dynamite to my chest and suicide bomb that motherfucker.
Holy fuck. Oh, shit.
If
Well, now
only
it
you could
has
work
to
the straps. You're too dumb to work the strap. No.
Right?
Oh, shit.
He's not cap. He's never allowed on my ship again.
Chad, you go and fetch Leon. He is holed up in like a weird cottage that has been kind of abandoned out on the tree line. And he's just hanging out there with what appears to be some like elk or deer that has shown up. And he's just like looking at it, and it's looking back at him. And then it like takes off as you approach casually into the woods.
Hey, Leon.
Hello.
We need you. We need to talk.
Oh, are we finally going to go rescue your friend?
I think he's back.
Oh.
Tyrant has some questions about Ashley in the tower, though. And so do I, honestly. There's a
Well,
lot of weird shit going on here.
let's go ahead and head to your boss so that we can answer all those questions at the same time. I really don't care about repeating myself.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
To the Tyrant.
You start heading to the Tyrant, where, lo and behold, he has been gathering a war council. I don't know if any of you have high enough clearance to have that, or be a part of that.
Come on, Lei Shtung has sucked enough dick all week long now.
Igor's
Yeah.
been here. Yes.
I guess Lei Shtung can be there.
I've had to arm wrestle his bodyguard like 8 times this week.
And my reports to Tyrant. I don't know if he trusts me or not.
Igor based off seniority.
I have to keep you next to me.
I think this
Yeah.
would be like a closed door kind of thing. Because this is like a state issue more so than like a team thing right now. And also, John doesn't want to talk to himself on camera. Because it's kind of weird.
Cringe.
And cringe, yes. I think the Tyrant is going to have a small little war council with himself. And with Ozark and other people who will weigh in on this situation. However, he will be taking your opinions in with him into this meeting. So, in character, you all kind of have a chance to, as the people who know this situation the best, what your responses would be. It seems this Garuga is going to show up again during the night, where a meeting between heads of state is going to take place between an actual city-state and a cabal of sorcerers who live outside of your reality?
Only just barely.
Apparently. What do you think should occur here?
Deposing Ashley and convincing all of the wizards to come back to reality is probably important.
Yeah, if we can find a way to dispel supposedly Ashley's magic to brainwash people, that would probably be the best outcome. Because then the wizard would come back.
Chad trusts Leon and would do whatever Leon wants. Without question.
Nice.
Oh, I'm not very smart.
Rock
but
hard.
That guy that came in, he said that Ashley would try to make you her slave type thing, and that's not good. And also, all those wizards apparently only think they want to be there. So, it sounds like if we kill Ashley, all problems are solved. Right?
And kill her. take away her magic, either or. I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be good enough.
Free the wizards.
Mhm.
Make her not be a bitch anymore.
Igor,
But
what
aren't the
about you?
wizards?
I don't know her intent, and I don't feel comfortable making a decision of how people should react to the situation here. I've had a little bit of knowledge, and I did everything I did to protect my team because they made me their leader. I'm not the leader of the city, and that's Tyrant's responsibility. And there's a lot of people at risk if this goes badly. There's a lot of people at risk if he tries to be their vassal. So I feel like it's a huge risk, and he knows what he's capable of doing. But I think an all-out war is not what we want. But I also don't think we can trust her.
Okay. Well, with everyone's opinions given to the tyrant, he will go into his war room, where he will speak with his most trusted advisors. And next week, we will figure out what sort of decision has been made, and what the future policy of Tolst versus the Tower, or the Tolst and the Tower, or whatever is going to occur forward. Guys, thank you all so much for joining me, as always. Any shout-outs, things we want to say, get off our chests? Ooh, Lei Stung and his sudden character shift. Or is it sudden? Igor.
Just finished the portrait.
True.
Shout outs to that.
Anyone else?
Happy to be back to Tulsa, John. Back to reality. Yeah. I was only away for a day, but man, things get weird out there.
It's true. Oh,
Igor's dumb
there
again.
goes Graffiti. Igor.
He's dumb again.
It's true. I've heard many people rejoice for the fact that Igor is dumb. Many people,
Natural state of being.
At least two specifically, are happy of
Those
this.
OG Igor fans out there.
It's true. What about you, Rumble Roar? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to shout out?
That was fun. I have no idea where we're going to keep going from here. Shout outs to Apollo Nick and Scarlet Shadow for pushing a little harder and streaming a little more this past week. Keep an eye out for them on Twitch, y'all.
Very true. KJC, anything you want to say from Britbong land itself?
It was nice to play this week.
True. What if I had said no and just... You get to play Crusader Kings 3 again all stream.
Delicious. Still good.
Eat the Pope. Okay, guys. We are going to head on out. No game tomorrow, but on Wednesday we have Apollo Nick's Song of the Ravenlands, and then Thursday's the Discovery team, and Friday the Caveman team, and then Saturday's the Political team. What? And on Sunday, next Sunday maybe even, we will do, an extra little thing. John's made a little game. He's putting on the finishing touches right as we speak. That's why I've been so distracted this session. I'm constantly working on it. So we may play test that a little bit, much like the mass combat, but with less of the board game situation and more of RPG. So who doesn't like playing games that are role based?
Games are fun.
Whatever that would be.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be seeing you guys. Take care. Don't die. And stop messaging me when I'm streaming on Discord. Temer. Brood.
Bloop.